Hi there, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So if you could first please just introduce yourself, give us your name, your title, a short bio, your credentials, and then state the title of the article you'll be talking about today.
Okay, my name is Dr. Kim Andrews. I am an assistant professor at Troy University, where I have been for the past 8 years. Before that, I was a teacher also, but at a community college not far from Troy as well. I've been a nurse since 1996, where I graduated, and that's basically it.
Awesome. So could you just give us an overview of why nurses should read your article?
Okay, I forgot to tell the name of my article. The name of my article is Simulation Preparing for Workplace Violence. And the reason that I wrote this was that workplace violence happens way too often in the healthcare setting. Nurses should read my article so that they are better prepared when they are faced with an episode or an act of violence. Organizations that nurses or healthcare workers in general work for can actually add this training to their annual competency evaluations, and actually all healthcare workers need this training immensely.
Awesome. So obviously this is a very important topic, a very deep topic. Was there any specific reason that made you want to write this article, or is it just a general sense of wanting to educate on workplace violence?
Well, I love simulation, and I was wanting to incorporate something with simulation, and so I just interviewed some nurses that I knew. I take students to the hospital for clinicals, and I interviewed some nurses that work in different intensive care units, and I asked them, what are the big issues right now? And most of them, I would say 90%, said workplace violence was the big issue right now. And so I just combined the two. I combined simulation and then workplace violence. So my study was on how we can better prepare nurses for when they experience workplace violence, because it's not a if, it's when it's going to happen.
So obviously there's going to be a lot of information in this article regarding simulation and workplace violence. There's so many different things that have been touched on with this, but if you could just zero in on 2 to 3 of the most important aspects of this article that you want nurses to take away from it, what would those 2 to 3 things be?
Okay, when I was doing my research, I found out an alarming statistic that nurses and healthcare workers combined are 5 times more likely to experience workplace violence than any other profession in the world. So that is very alarming. So we must train nurses to handle all types of workplace violence. And this can be done in nursing school by educators, nurse educators. It is not a matter of if it will happen, it's when it will happen. And we want our new nurses, our novice nurses, to be prepared.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and talking about this article with us today. It's a very important topic, and we're very glad that you wrote for American Nurse Journal and participated in the author spotlight today.
Thank you.